When it comes to grab-and-go foods, granola bars are the ultimate in versatility. They can be a quick on-the-go breakfast, or just a snack to tide you over until the next meal. In this video, I'm going to show you not only how to make your own granola bars, but how to make your own variations and recipes. Let's go. Okay, so first, let's get started with the anatomy of the granola bar. A typical bar has three components: the base, the mix-ins, and the glue. In each one of these three parts, you have an opportunity to customize the flavor and texture of your bars. Let's go over each part. The base. The traditional base to any granola bar recipe is rolled oats, also known as old-fashioned oats. I usually use this as the bulk of my base, but other things can be used as well. Puffed rice cereal is popular, as well as coconut flakes or chopped nuts. What you're looking for in a base is a dry ingredient that can be broken down into a smaller size. Mix-ins. Dried fruit is the most popular, and just with that, you're getting so many options to play with. You can also use nuts as your mix-ins, but for textural difference, I usually do a rough chop or even leave them whole. Chocolate or small candies like M&Ms can also be an option if you're looking for something a little more decadent. Glue. Glue is what's going to hold the ingredients together and make it into a bar. The most common ingredient in this is honey, but there are recipes that use agave nectar or maple syrup. Brown sugar is commonly added, but definitely not required. Nut and seed butters can also be used to add another layer of flavor. Now that you're familiar with the components, all you need is this ratio: 3 cups base, 3/4 cups mix-ins, 1 cup glue. This ratio will keep your bars balanced and structurally sound. That being said, feel free to mess with this a bit. Worst case, you'll end up with some granola that might not be in bar form, but you can enjoy with some berries and yogurt. What I'm trying to say here is, it's pretty hard to mess this up to the point where you won't have something delicious at the end. Okay, now that we're up on our granola bar science, let's get cracking on some bars. The first flavor we're going to do is Apricot Pecan. My base is going to consist of rolled oats, coconut flakes, and chopped pecans. First, I want my base to be nice and toasty, so I'm popping them into a 350-degree oven for about 10 minutes, rotating and shaking them up halfway through. Once they're fragrant and golden, chop 2/3 of the pecans and set aside the last third. Add the chopped pecans, coconut, and oats to a large bowl and set aside. Next, I'm adding my glue ingredients consisting of honey, brown sugar, butter, and salt to a small pot, bringing to a very light simmer at medium heat for about 2 minutes. Remove from heat and add vanilla. Pour the hot mixture over the base and toss a couple of times. Next, add your mix-ins, which in this case are whole pecans and some chopped dried apricots. Give everything a final mix and spread the granola along the bottom of a baking dish. Press with a flat-bottomed glass or measuring cup to get a nice even layer. Along with the glue, compression helps the bars keep their shape, so don't be afraid to really press the ingredients down. This is going back into the 350-degree oven for another 15 minutes. While this is in the oven, please take the time to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more instructional and recipe testing videos. After 15 minutes, take the granola bars out and let them cool at room temperature for at least 2 hours before cutting. Next flavor is chocolate tahini. Toast the oats the same as the last time, add puffed rice cereal, and set aside. For my glue, it's a similar process, but I'm adding tahini instead of butter. I want to stop here and talk about temperature. Typically, the light simmer for 2 minutes will get the sugar right between the soft and firm ball temp, about 245 degrees. With this batch, I got distracted and let it go a little longer, which means it probably got closer to 260 degrees, which resulted in a harder texture of the bars. That's okay, but not ideal. For best results, use a candy or instant read thermometer. Add your glue to your base and mix with a sturdy spatula. Chocolate chips and toasted sesame seeds are my add-ins. For a different look, I'm pressing the chocolate chips into the top of the granola. I lowered the temp to 300 degrees to keep the chocolate from melting too much. 15 minutes later, here we are. This will also cool for a couple of hours before cutting and storing. Before cutting and storing, it really helps to put a layer of parchment between each bar so they don't stick together. These also freeze beautifully. Now, you have a ready-made breakfast or snack that you know is going to be delicious because you made it with your favorite ingredients.